Welcome to day 64 of Tapping Every Day. My name is Dalton, and EFT Tapping gave me my life back. So I want to pay that forward by teaching other people how to do it and how to use it to be, do, and have anything they want. Because you can use EFT Tapping to basically turn you and your subconscious mind into a goal-achieving machine. Whether that is for financial gain, for notoriety, respect, for self-healing and that kind of thing. You can use it very easily and very effectively to any end that you want, and there's no downside to it, like no terrible side effects. It's only upside, at least in my experience and in my opinion. But the script we're working with today works on and speaks to this idea of feeling guilt and shame when you receive more than other people, and this is completely different than the idea of like you should go out and try to exploit someone or at someone else's expense gain more than they have. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about this uneasiness that a lot of us can feel receiving things that we've either earned, things that are given to us because someone respected our time or our skills that we put into something. It's more this idea of feeling deserving and worthy, especially around receiving things. And this can be money, it could be just compliments. This is a very wide spectrum of things that we're dealing with. Because if you're anything like me, it is very hard to accept a compliment without afterwards feeling like you have to immediately degrade yourself, make the compliment seem less, worthy to you. Or if you might find yourself, when you receive an overage of money, immediately somehow subconsciously giving that away, and finding out that it just goes from one hand to the other. There's a lot of ways that this pattern and this belief shows up in your life, but we're going to work on changing that today. So the script is inspired by the work of Brene Brown, and I'm sure you'll hear that in the language as we go forward. And if you could subscribe, like, comment, all the things, share this video with whoever. It helps me, it helps the channel, it helps get this in front of more people who right now don't even know that this is what they need or that this could be helpful to them. And as always, only tap on things that feel correct and true and safe to you. If it's not the case, just ignore it or repeat the previous affirmation. And we will start on the side of the hand, the karate chop point. And just as a reminder, these first two rounds they feel kind of heavy, especially when you're starting this work. When you get into this work, the first two rounds, it's an immediate release because the awesomeness that's coming afterwards. But they do feel, for beginners, heavy and sticky. But once you get pushed through them, once you get past them, you'll find that the final three rounds make it all worth it. So stick with me to that, and I promise you won't be disappointed. So just repeat after me. Even though I feel guilty having more than others, I deeply honor, love, and accept myself. Even though I fear judgment or disconnection if I receive too much, I deeply honor, love, and accept myself. Even though part of me thinks I have to stay small to belong, I deeply honor, love, and accept myself. Take a deep breath. Maybe shake it out a little bit as you release that breath. And we will start with round 2 at the top of the head. And just repeat after me. It feels uncomfortable to have more when others are struggling. I worry that people will resent me if I thrive. Part of me believes I have to downplay my own success. I fear being seen as selfish or out of touch. It feels safer to hide than to receive fully. I've tied my worth to staying relatable and small. I carry guilt for wanting more, as if that's somehow wrong. But I'm ready to question these beliefs and let them go. It's possible to receive more without losing connection. I don't have to shrink to stay loved. My success doesn't harm anyone. It inspires possibility. The more I have, the more I can give. True belonging doesn't require me to stay small. Others are allowed to witness me thriving. I can be generous without guilt or shame. I am learning to receive with openness and grace. I am allowed to receive fully and unapologetically. I don't have to carry guilt for my abundance. I thrive in a way that uplifts everyone around me. Abundance doesn't create disconnection, it creates possibility. My worth is not tied to other people's comfort. I rise with integrity, joy, and courage. There is more than enough for everyone. I now give myself permission to receive fully. I receive abundance with courage and confidence. My growth strengthens my community, not separates me from it. I lead with compassion and live with abundance. I hold both gratitude and worthiness in every blessing. I am fully allowed to have, hold, and enjoy more. I embody generosity, integrity, and joy. I am safe to be fully resourced and fully loved. This is who I am now, and I stand tall in it. I welcome this new reality with gratitude, grace, and excitement. Take a deep breath in and let it go as we start some self-havening for our final affirmation. So just repeat after me. I can receive fully and still love and be loved. I can receive fully and still love and be loved. I can receive fully and still love and be loved. Take a deep breath in. I hope you feel a little bit lighter. Something that kept popping into my mind during that was the quote of, it's something I'm paraphrasing, but it's something like, if you take abundance from abundance, you're still left with abundance. And I think that is a very hard thing for, people like me, perhaps, that are very empathetic, and, like helping others, and, kind of grew up in a household where everyone did help each other. And that's kind of how I want to be in the world. But at the same time, it's hard to try to help others, but see yourself with more than they do, where you kind of want to balance those scales for yourself, even though the universe is like, hey man, you're kind of getting, like, we're kind of trying to give you this to reward you for those other things you did. And it's just hard to reconcile those two. It's something that I'm working on. I wonder if you feel the same way. Maybe you don't feel that at all, and that's totally fine. But either way, I hope that even if you don't feel that way, that the script kind of helped you relax a little bit, get a little bit more in your body. Just shifted your state just slightly closer to better. That's all we want. And like I've said before, even getting that tiny shift towards better is pretty remarkable using EFT. Using something that takes, maybe 20 minutes. It takes very little energy. You don't even have to think of anything yourself if you listen to these videos and just follow along. And there's very little downside, if any, and very high upside. So for me personally, this is a great investment, and I hope you're feeling the same way this time that you're putting in here. I appreciate that you're tapping with me today, and I will see you tomorrow.